Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 655. If you're writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you're having some trouble getting it done, or perhaps you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your amazing piece of literary art, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn someone who barely sees themselves as a writer into a published book author. I've seen it done over and over. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. The thing about football, the important thing about football, is that it is not just about football. Terry Pratchett. And yes, this is what we're doing today. And non-football fans, I apologize in advance, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. But I thought it only appropriate leading up to this year's big game in a couple weeks. And in this season, I think more than ever, when I think we can all use as many diversions as possible, I think it's very important that I recap my 4 lessons for authors that I've learned from watching football. So hopefully, even if you're not a football fan, you see some value in today's lesson. So 4 lessons for authors that I've learned from being a football fan. Number 1, preparation meets mental toughness. You probably associate preparation more with book writing than mental toughness and vice versa for football, but the reality is both activities require grit and a game plan to be successful. Prep work, like creating a writing habit, conditioning your writing muscles daily by just doing any kind of writing, especially on your book, putting together a process that will get you from once upon a time all the way to the end, that lays the groundwork. But when it comes to once it comes time to put pen to paper, hour after hour, day after day, word after word, and chapter after chapter, it ultimately comes down to one question. How badly do you want it? In football, there are a ton of victory stories about miracle moments where underdog teams came back from certain death and claimed victory from the jaws of defeat. What if you applied that same mindset of winning at all costs to finishing your book? Prepare first, but also know when it comes time to end your preparation, trust in your playbook and hit the ground running. Number 2, never take your foot off the gas. And for me, this means never assume you're done until the confetti rains down from the big Superdome type ceiling. As an author, this means staying dialed into your book project all the way through, inspecting all those final proofs, fine-tuning the details of your launch all the way through to your long-term marketing plan. Never take your foot off the gas. Accuracy and attention to detail are 2 of those things that got you here. Now is not the time to drop those key traits by the sidelines. Number 3, run plays versus passing plays. Now, on any given writing day, assess the situation. Assess your available time, your writing conditions, where you are in your writing plan, your mental energy, and decide whether it's a writing day, an editing day, or a brainstorming or research or development, like a non-writing editing day. Trying to force it, trying to call the wrong play when it should be a pass play, but you call a run play. Like in football, it rarely ends well. So check your energy, check your situation, and figure out what kind of writing cave day it is. And finally, number 4, celebrate your victories. Now, in recent years, some of the league's younger players in football have been criticized for, excessive celebrations, or sometimes I've jokingly referred to them as full-scale Broadway show numbers in the end zones. But all kidding aside, I understand the thinking behind the mini victory parties, even when the announcers are criticizing them and said, wow, you'd think that they just won the big game and they just kind of did something minorly successful. But you know what? Acknowledging your accomplishments, even the small ones, provides healthy, positive reinforcement and forward momentum. So I say, when it comes to writing your book, bust out the Broadway show numbers whenever you need it, even after you've powered through a particularly challenging but ultimately rewarding writing day, when you complete chapters, sections. I mean, maybe not like sentences, but maybe chapters, or maybe sections of chapters. And of course, when you finish writing your book, definitely acknowledge yourself, definitely create a really good celebration for that day. It's something you should be very proud of. So I hope those 4 lessons help you, whether you're a fan of football or not. And as usual, I'll post some additional resources in the show notes, including a link to my Inc. Authors group on Facebook, so you can get the motivation, accountability, book writing, coaching, cheering, fans, cheerleading, whatever you need so that you can finish your book. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.